Ever notice how ads always pop up at the worst moments? When the killer's identity is about to be revealed. During that perfect meditation flow. On Amazon Music, we believe in keeping you in the moment. That's why we've got millions of ad-free podcast episodes, so you can stay completely immersed in every story, every reveal, every breath. Download the Amazon Music app and start listening to your favorite podcasts ad-free, included with Prime.
Can you be consistent with your content creation? Stay tuned to find out.
Welcome. Okay, here's the question. Are you serious? How are we dark horses? You know, the ones everyone is betting against, the ones they don't expect to win, place, or even show on the track, and they'll even laugh on us when we talk about trying. How do we show the world our greatness and triumph? Come on. Well, that's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. Let's go. This is The Dark Horse Entrepreneur. My name is Tracy Brinkman. And push it out.
What is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to your daily dose of consistency training. I'm your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkman, and you? Well, that's infinitely more important. You, my friend, are a driven entrepreneur or one in the making. Either way, you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, or just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal, or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And that's why I'm here hitting you with another daily success episode coming to you straight from the Dark Horse HQ as we dive deep into success with actionable advice, tips and steps designed to help you level up your game, because as we already know, there are no shortcuts to success except for taking those little steps towards your goal every single day. And learning to talk a little bit better might be helpful too, right? All right. Anyway, and if you're finding any value in these episodes you've been listening to, including the one you're about to listen to, please go on down and hit that subscribe button. And, while you're there, leave us a 5-star rating, put some kind words in the review. Heck, go ahead and put some words of constructive criticism. I'm always looking to get better and willing to listen to those that are listening to me. These subscribes, ratings, and reviews tell the podcast platforms to raise us up a little bit in the rankings so that we can reach more driven entrepreneurs just like yourself. So go ahead, take a moment, show the love, and help us spread the word. I definitely appreciate it. All right, like the title says, we're going to be chatting about consistency in your content marketing. And, with all those I've spoken to and the experience I've had, I think the number one struggle is, wait for it, actually showing up. Oh my God, epiphany moment. Oh, no, I kid you not. And I'm not talking about showing up just once or even a couple of times. I mean consistently showing up every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. It's hard, right? I mean, what? I got so much other things I have to do. So when you think about content creation in that sense, it's like, oh my God, this could really be really be overwhelming. And some of them even get wrapped up in the circle of thoughts of, oh my gosh, I have a great idea. Let me sit down and bang this out. And as they're banging it out, or even before they take the time to sit down and bang it out, they're going, well, is it really valuable? How do I know it's valuable? Maybe I should think of another topic. No, this one's a really good one. Well, I don't know. Half the people I did, they're not liking or sharing the last one I did. You can just, oh my God, you can just go into this rabbit hole over and over and over, going to go deeper and deeper and deeper into that one. And then even if you start to figure it out, right, you can find yourself maybe repeating that same cycle or a cycle month after month. Well, they like this, so I'm going to do it again. I like this, so I'm going to do it again. God, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. And it's a challenge for, even myself. I mean, I do daily podcasts Monday through Friday. Now, luckily, one of those is an interview episode, so I have someone helping me with the content, but I've got to go out there and find them. Right? But then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I've got to come up with something that I feel is valuable to you to listen to. Right? And there's a bit of I feel the pain. So I thought it might be important just to sit down and share, some of the reasons why we're not consistent in the first place. So that's why I wanted to jump on here with the 4 of the most common reasons that may be impacting your consistency in your content market. Number 1, boy, you're going to challenge me on this one. Lack of commitment to what it is you're doing, right? Maybe it's your business. Maybe it's your tribe, right? But you have a lack of commitment. Now, I'm bringing this up not to browbeat you, because I care. And I want you to know you're not the only one sitting out there in this, I don't know, I don't want to call it an in-between moment. It seems like kind of, I don't know, a little too woo-woo. But you're in this space where it's like, I'm kind of got my toe in, I kind of got my toe out. You know, maybe I'm ankle deep in this thing, and I'm not quite there yet. So there's a little bit of time being dedicated to it, but maybe not enough, right? Maybe you're still doing the cubicle. Maybe you still got a corporate gig going on, right? So you don't have the time, but you still have time to watch, your favorite television show, go drinking with the boys. Maybe not right now, but you know what I'm saying. I think what it comes down to in this case is time management could be a really, really big struggle, especially when you're trying to grow something brand new. Because quite often when you're trying to grow something brand new, that brand new birth of a business isn't always the top priority on your schedule, right? You still got to pay attention to your family. You still have that cubicle gig that you're digging into. You know, the football game's on, right? I still got to watch my football. And so on and so on. You know, and then you look around and say, wow, look at Jake, man. Look at Sid. Look at Tiffany, man. They're killing it. They're so lucky. The truth is, these people have knuckled down and given it their 100% attention. Trust me, this success didn't happen by accident. The one way you become successful is through self-discipline and making the commitment to whatever it is you're going after, be it your business, your charity, or whatever venture you're setting yourself upon. So the question becomes, are you committed? Have you told anybody about what it is you're doing? Have you told anybody about this new venture of yours? And then how do you refer to your business? Because I hear so many people calling it their side hustle. Well, that in itself kind of refers to, I'm doing it on the side. No, man. This is my business, right? I'm cranking out after this, and I'm grinding away at this. I get up an extra hour in the morning to grind away at it. I may stay up an extra hour at night to grind away at it. And maybe I'm sitting there watching television, but while I'm watching that TV, I'm really kind of focused on doing these little things. You know, I'm going on Canva and I'm setting up a social post, or I'm going on Canva and I'm doing the artwork for the next interview episode, right? It's my business, not just my side hustle. Okay, enough about that one. I think the next slot that kind of causes a lack of consistency is not having a system in place. And let's start with system as being a routine. On this day I do that, and on that day I do this, and on this day at noon I do that, and on this day at 4 I do that, and then on Wednesday I do this, and then bang, 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 right? Me doing all these podcasts every week, everybody in my family knows that Sunday, right about between 8 and 9 o'clock, I come up here into my little podcast space, and I'm usually, MIA till about 2 in the afternoon, because I'm just taking care of all those podcasts for the week all at one time. That's a routine. And I've put systems in place. When I say systems, I don't necessarily mean, paid systems. I have a routine that I go through. And then there are some systems. There's some systems for kicking out the transcriptions, and there's some systems for kicking out a video or two to help me put a social post out there. So you want to build yourself a system to get you through some workflows, some checklists, and some frameworks that you're going to go through to get your content out there regularly. Now, let's talk about content for a moment, shall we? Let's not try to be everywhere at once. You've heard me mention this in previous episodes, right? Get out there and master one platform. I've started focus. Well, I can't say started. I put more focus on Facebook first, right? Doing my lives, adding the extra little content of the those little memes that I've been doing that have my face put in, different famous movies and different videos like that, right? I'm focusing there first. Now, do I put some content out on other platforms? Well, heck yeah, of course I do. But those ones are more automated content. So they go out without a thought. The podcasting platform I use helps me publish that out. So as soon as my episode hits the airwaves, so to speak, it sends out a post to each one of the platforms. And then I'll go into Facebook later on and add the video wave. And, I'll add some extra content. And, I'll go on and do a Facebook Live. So I think the first thing you want to do is let's master one platform. Pick a platform. Where do you think your tribe hangs out the most? Where do they resonate with the most? If it's TikTok, hey, go for it. TikTok, right? I'm not a TikTok guy, whatever. Is it LinkedIn? All right, go to LinkedIn and spend your valuable time in that space, connecting with your tribe there, driving the content there, and just really getting the engagement. And then once you have that workflow and that routine down pat, well, then you can add in another one, or maybe you can work in another one into your workflow and routine with automated tools like I do. And I think the last space that causes a lot of inconsistency for entrepreneurs that I've been engaged in is purpose. Well, what do you mean purpose, Tracy? I have a purpose. Well, no. But is your purpose defined? ? Right? Leave that hanging there for a moment. Dramatic pause. Yeah. And I don't mean your life purpose, but it could easily fit in there. If your life purpose is to serve the people that your business is serving, well, then that could go together. Now, if you hear the word purpose and you're starting to feel a little bit of anxiety, a little tension, like, I'm a little uncomfortable with this one, maybe even overwhelmed, you don't need to have all that. What I encourage you to do is think about the purpose behind your business. Right? Why is your business out there? Why are you out there? And I know most of the folks that I engage with, that connect with me, they're out there to serve their tribe, right? Figure out and be able to communicate that purpose in a couple of sentences. So I would say, hey, what do? You should be able to just come right back to me with a couple of sentences where I'm going, whoa. Damn, he knows exactly, or she knows exactly where they're going and why. And I think, let me clarify here, and you've heard me mention this before, the money as a result is good, right? Money is like air. You kind of need it. But it can't be about the money. It can't be about the fame, right? You need to have that higher purpose. So let's round all this up, right? I mean, for you to show up consistently in your business is essential, right? Otherwise, it's just going to fall apart and dwindle away and just be like a dust in the wind, you could say. You're going to have to find yourself a pattern, a routine, a system that works for you, but also be aware of all the areas, right, that I've mentioned here that could be blocking your success. I mean, think about it. So much of what we as entrepreneurs do are 50% mindset and 50% strategy and tactics, right? So you got to find the area where you're lacking some of that focus and start pressing, right? Step out of your comfort zone a little bit, step into it, just lean out, like you've heard me talk about, lean out into your discomfort zone so that you can start showing up every single day for the people that you serve. And you want some more detailed information on how to be consistent, email me at tracy@darkhorseschooling.com, and in the subject line or in the body, just put in consistent, right? I'll hook you up. All right, my Dark Horse friends and family. Now, tomorrow, we're going to chat about content marketing versus content strategy. Now that we got you being consistent, let's talk about the differences between marketing and strategy. Now, I know when you want to keep getting all these daily success tips and little abundance of knowledge that I tend to drop on you. So go on down there, like I mentioned earlier, hit that subscribe button. While you're there, hey, leave us a 5-star rating, drop some kind words in the reviews so that those podcast platforms can raise us up ever so slightly in the rankings, and we can reach more driven entrepreneurs like yourself. So take a moment. If you're getting value, show the love and help spread the word. And then come on over and get to know us even on a more intimate level over in the Facebook group. group. Myself and a number of other driven entrepreneurs there. You can go to facebook.com, type Dark Horse Tribe in that search bar. We should be right there on the top. If for some reason you can't find us that way, you can go to your favorite web browser, type in darkhorseschooling.com/Dark Horse Tribe, all one word, and that should take you right there. I look forward to meeting you in the group. All right, you get out there, you run your race, you get your results. Come on over to the group and let me hear all about them. Until tomorrow, think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
You know this.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.